It's time for the June bullet journal. Come on in, welcome to my home. Yes, I can hardly believe it. It's time once again for the June bullet journal. And I'm excited for it. I sort of have a theme. I am going to try to go more for themes because while I like the minimalist look, sometimes it gets too minimalist. So yeah, we're going to work on that. I am not an artist. I am working on that, but we will see what we can do. But let's jump into it with a really quick look at May. Once again, did not use my front page, my cover page for May. Didn't use it whatsoever. First 2 weeks, I am still loving the one-page weekly layout. I did try to do some doodles, not very well, but we did try doing them. I highlighted the week, which I'd forgotten to do, and you see that I still have lots of empty space, and the single weekend really works. And even more empty space, and this was even after I crossed out things that I was going to do. So that works out really well. This was last week. Still, lots of empty space, no doodles. So I was thinking I can make these smaller. Alright, and now of course we are in our final week, which is right here. Interestingly enough, once again, didn't use the brain dump, didn't use the notes. I seem to never use these things. So, what are we going to do for June? Oh, forgot. My May tracker. My cleaning tracker, that takes up a heck of a lot of space for the tiny amount of stuff which goes into it. I'm going to change that. These still stay the same. I did start working out with weights. My sleep tracker, once again. Sleep tracker will stay the same. Water, I'm going to update it, and mood I'm going to change slightly, simply because it really didn't do anything for me. But let's get started on this. Here we are in June. Can you honestly believe that it is really June? So I'm going to start off my page, and you'll notice that all of these have been heavily detailed. As in, I drew out everything which I was going to use this month. There. Now, it is all measured and penciled in so that hopefully I can do this fairly quickly. One of the things I have learned, I'll do the end number first, so that way I don't have to try to squeeze it in. Now what's going to be interesting about this month is this month I'm actually going to go for a theme. And you'll see this theme develop fairly quickly. June is summer. What better way to say summer than lots of sun? Nothing too spectacular. I'm going to leave this page blank simply because I don't know what to do with it. This, when I originally did it, I messed up. So hopefully I can get this right this time. This is the weekly, and the weekly is slightly smaller. And you notice that it doesn't start at the beginning of June, the 2nd, which of course is a Saturday, which you saw at the end of May. I'll admit my ruler that I have is not my favorite. However, it's one of those that I have had already, so I didn't have to go out and buy it. And I've tried freehanding these before, which I'm just not that good at freehand. However, I don't hate those. now the tracker. The tracker, you will notice there's a great change because it's been reduced to 1 page. Yep, I managed to fit everything in 1 page. We're gonna start on this one. We're gonna start right here. There we go. And I'll explain how I fit this all on 1 page. But I reduced a lot of things which I didn't actually use the way I thought I would use them. Because a lot of times I was finding that when I get water, I drink out of a water bottle. So that means I get 2 glasses of water at a time. Having those 2 spaces for that really didn't serve much purpose. It was one of those silly things where I did not need 2 spaces for that. My cleaning was the big one, where it used all those spaces to do all of those cleaning items, yet I didn't really need that much space. I could have done it with a legend, so I created a legend for it. Okay, before we go any further, let me explain this tracker in the system. So, I have my cleaning. My cleaning is set up so that if I put a slash, that means I cleaned. If I put a slash this way means I clean, a slash that way means I decluttered, a line down is mop, and a line across is vacuum. Simple enough. Then if I do 1 glass of water, would be a slash, the second glass of water would go the opposite way. So that way I could condense all of that to 1 page. I will help define these things a little bit better. Alright, now for my mood tracker. I drew this using a compass, but we won't have that now. And see, this echoes sort of my outline for the suns before. So now let's do the final flip through. Calendar, blank page, because I do not know what to do with it. First week, the sun is rising. I have my weekly 2 weeks set up there. You notice the sun comes up, and you notice that the colors slightly change. Then, second week, same thing, same setup. I do like the color change. Third week, then we have June. The June tracker is just a simple system of slashes and lines so that way I can keep track of what I did and when. Mood tracker will be easy. Under each date or at each date I will color it in. Going all the way out, the ray of sunshine will be the happy, and then if it just barely goes anywhere, it will be sad. But let's have some fun with this, and we will put in a lovely little highlight of sun, so that way we have some sunshine in there. I think this is going to be a fun month to do my bullet journal simply because I like the bright colors and everything, and I am going to be practicing to getting a little bit more artistic with it. It's still going to be minimalist artistic, but it's still going to have something in there, just not something that people can't just easily do. That's the important part. I want to make sure that my bullet journal is something that everybody can easily reproduce. I do love the one-page spreads. Instead of a two-page spread, I don't do enough to warrant a two-page spread, and then since I'm not doing a whole bunch of art on there, there's not that much of a two-page spread. The journal that I am using is not the journal that I have linked in the description. The journal I have linked in the description has heavier pages. The journal that I am using actually has thinner pages, so I have to skip every other page simply because they are thinner pages. But I am loving my bullet journal. What do you think about my bullet journal? Let me know down in the comments. Do you keep a bullet journal? Let me know down in the comments, and I hope I get to see you again next time. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. You can share it. Don't forget to subscribe and check out the other videos on this channel. I love making these videos for you, and I hope I get to see you again next time.